What if I told you Japan's most famous mascot got banned for being too violent?
Chiitan went from doing backflips for fun to getting sued by the very city it was trying to represent.
And somehow that made it even more famous? Hey guys, if you're new here, I'm Amber.
And I'm Awai.
And we're so obsessed with all things kawaii that we literally moved across the world to Japan to study Japanese just so we can learn everything there is to know about all of our favorite characters.
And we share what we learn with you guys here.
Let's get into today's deep dive. Meet Chiitan, a chaotic fairy baby otter mascot. This isn't your average mascot though. Chiitan is what we call a yuruchara, or a mascot used to promote cities, causes, or companies, usually through cuteness.
So cute.
Yeah, cute. Fairy otter baby.
But Chiitan took that cuteness and drop-kicked it into a wall. Self-declared as the unofficial mascot of Sasaki City, this 0-year-old otter fairy is nothing but mischief.
Pure chaos. Chiitan is more famous for flipping over gym equipment and running full speed into traffic cones than for handing out flyers and doing normal mascot things.
In fact, Chiitan is known for its wild and reckless antics, like attempting backflips,
and falling gloriously,
pogo jumping into disaster, and even challenging celebrities to wrestling matches.
We'll talk about that a bit later, but first some facts about Chiitan.
Chiitan is genderless, born on December 14th, which makes it a Sagittarius.
Which makes a lot of sense because it's a chaotic fire sign.
Yeah.
Chiitan loves sweet snacks like paki, strawberries, and potatoes.
And its favorite activity is saving up to 30 yen a day for snacks. Relatable.
So yeah, don't be fooled by the bright big eyes, pretty lashes, or the cute ribbon around its neck. Chiitan is pure chaos.
And that hat on its head, it's not a hat. Let's talk about it.
So if you look closely at Chiitan's hat, you'll realize that it's not a hat at all, but actually a pink turtle. So who exactly is this turtle that Chiitan wears on its head? Well, that would actually be Kame-chan, Chiitan's pet turtle. And yes, it's always mistaken for a hat because it loves hanging out on Chiitan's head. Now, I want you to take note of this turtle because it'll actually help you distinguish Chiitan from another mascot, which is actually the original. Yes, we'll get into that drama next. But first, fun fact, did you know that Chiitan loves crepes? Like, is absolutely crazy for them. And that's why sometimes you can find him hanging out on the streets of Harajuku.
Before Chiitan was created, Sasaki City already had its own otter representative, Shinjo-Kun.
So yeah, that's why Chiitan could never actually be the real mascot of Sasaki City. But who exactly is Shinjo-Kun, the official mascot of Sasaki?
Well, unlike Chiitan, who's based off the Asian small-clawed river otter,
obviously,
Shinjo-Kun is based on an extinct Japanese river otter, whose last official sighting was in the Shinjo River in Sasaki in 1979. Was eons ago.
Yeah, before I was born.
Yeah, before
you were born too. Before Chiitan was born.
Yeah.
So Chiitan and Shinjo-Kun share similar character designs, but it's not difficult to tell them apart.
Shinjo-Kun has dark brown fur, while Chiitan's is more on the golden side.
Golden otter baby fairy.
Sun-kissed.
Shinjo-Kun also doesn't have the turtle on its head as a hat that we mentioned earlier. Instead, it has a nabeyaku ramen bowl as a hat. Equally weird and cute.
Shinjo-Kun was created in 2013 to raise awareness about the environment and local tourism.
Think peaceful vibes, slow walks, and waving gently at children.
Classic yuruchara energy.
And for a while, Shinjo-Kun had the mascot game on lock. He appeared in festivals, events, and ranked really high in Japan's mascot popularity polls.
But then Chiitan came bursting onto the scene, claiming to be Shinjo-Kun's unofficial little sister. Cute, right?
Wrong. It sparked a rivalry that would soon blow up across the internet and eventually into courtrooms.
Courtrooms?
Dun, dun, dun.
So what do you guys think? Are you team Shinjo-Kun or are you team Chiitan?
Let us know in the comments below and you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win one of these exclusive Flippo water bottles. Perfect for all of your chaotic adventures.
Yes.
I feel like it's a little chaotic, like you would like it.
Yeah.
Or it would like it.
So how did Chiitan go from local sidekick to international meme?
2 words, cuteness and chaos. Chiitan dominated social media platforms like Twitter with over-the-top and insane videos of the mascot doing all sorts of weird antics.
There were videos of Chiitan rolling down hills after pogo jumping, doing rail stunts on a skateboard,
joining wrestling matches, and chasing kids in the park. All of them wildly hilarious and super viral videos.
And people couldn't get enough. Chiitan gained up to 2.1 million followers on Twitter
and 2.3 million followers on Instagram. That's a wild number, even by influencer standards. We don't have that many followers.
Please, one day.
Please. I want to be famous like Chiitan.
Even celebrities took notice of Chiitan.
In 2018, Square Enix hired Chiitan to promote its game Just Cause 4.
A perfect match, since Chiitan's real-life stunts already looked like something out of an action movie.
The collab included Chiitan riding a wind tunnel, flying into metal boxes,
and jumping from rooftops with an umbrella.
There was even a planned anime series called Fairy Chiitan by TV Tokyo.
And Sega Games was working on a video game too.
At one point, Chiitan was everywhere, from viral videos to major brand deals.
He was omnipotent. He is infinite. Oh no, I misgendered.
No. It's really funny though, because like I think if someone was to misgender him, it would be like a girl. Like he's a heart nose, a pink hat. Think about what we keep calling him.
We're in big trouble.
A year after that, Chiitan gained even more online exposure after it became the topic in an episode of HBO series Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which was very funny. I highly recommend checking it out if you have the chance.
Chiitan isn't even the only Japanese mascot becoming popular purely for its weirdness.
There are other ones like the slightly terrifying Melon Kuma from Hokkaido. We might just have to make a whole deep dive on Japan's top weirdest mascot characters, so stay tuned for that.
Even though Chiitan isn't an official mascot, people love working with it.
For example, in 2018, Chiitan was invited to play in Sanrio's theme park, Sureland in Tokyo.
The fairy otter came looking for Cinnamoroll, but ended up crashing the Miracle Parade.
Sanrio made it official by releasing Chiitan Sanrio collab merch to celebrate the iconic event.
Chiitan's most famous crossover is probably the one it did with Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic and Chiitan starred in a string of viral videos, breaking boxes, dancing, and wreaking adorable havoc.
Chiitan has also been invading cafes around Japan. Over the years, it's done a few collab cafes featuring adorable Chiitan-themed food and drinks.
But that's not all. Chiitan has also starred in a few mobile game collabs too. In 2018, Chiitan starred in Grimoire, Private Grimoire Magic Academy.
That same year, it also popped up in You Are a Hero, with gacha items that fans could collect. Sounds fun. I want a gacha. I want a Chiitan gacha. Cute and chaos. By early 2019, the government of Sasaki City had received over 100 complaints about Chiitan.
The issue? People thought Chiitan was officially tied to the city, and they weren't happy about being represented by a mascot that body slammed office chairs.
The controversy escalated after Chiitan posted an image with Shinjo-Kun, Sasaki's official mascot. The two were dressed like gangsters, and the caption said, "We're the bosses, don't mess with us or we'll commit atrocities."
Or
atrocities?
Atrocities. Fans loved it. Sasaki's citizens, not so much. People started saying Chiitan was a bad influence on Shinjo-Kun.
Eventually, Mayor Kosaku Kusanose asked Chiitan to suspend all activities. Stop it! But Chiitan's management ignored the request.
That led Sasaki City to file an official court case in February of 2019, so Chiitan could no longer use the city's name or claim any official role.
And after the fallout, partners backed away. TV Tokyo canceled the anime, Sega dropped the video game, and our Outer Fairy's booming career suddenly hit a wall.
Poor Chiitan! It didn't mean to do it. It was just trying to have a good time.
I think it did mean to do it. It meant to do it.
So So even after being dropped by Sasaki City, Chiitan is still active and still very chaotic.
The Otter Fairy runs multiple Twitter accounts, a main one plus regional ones for places like Osaka, Hiroshima, and even Thailand.
So what di shan cho Chiitan? Goes to show that Chiitan has a hold on the entire country and even the world.
Chiitan's also been very busy lately. In 2024, it formed a heavy metal rock band called Chiitan's Kiss Loves Rock Band.
I love Chiitan's Kiss Loves Rock Band.
Right? My favorite. Great music coming out of that band.
The band's members include Chiitan as the lead vocalist, Fairy Human Moa-chan on bass,
Turtle Fairy Turtle on drums, and mascot Ichi-chan on guitars.
Rock and roll. But if music isn't wild enough, how about wrestling? In 2023, Chiitan took on DDT Pro Wrestling's Megamax Bump event and took on some pretty intense competition.
It wrestled some big name legends at the event. So yeah, despite being exiled from Sasaki City, Chiitan still remains busy and booked.
Chiitan's rent is paid.
Oh yeah.
Chiitan's bills have not been affected.
Chiitan continues to get invited to all sorts of places, from skate parks to restaurants to hot springs and even festivals. Chiitan even randomly shows up on the streets of Japan sometimes. If you're lucky, you might find the troublemaker posing for pictures somewhere or just like crashing into something. I'm in Harajuku right now trying to find him, but unfortunately it was not a lucky day for me. If you're coming to Harajuku to look for Chiitan, you might want to check out our next video on the top 10 things to do in Harajuku. Bye!
So how...
It's
Yes!
random vote break.